Hello everyone! Before we dive into part 2 of our exploration of the Swayambhu Purana, let's take a brief moment to recap part 1. This will set the stage for the exciting developments that follow. In ancient times, the Kathmandu Valley was a radiant lake called Nagda, home to the serpent king Karkot, or Karkotak and his Nagas. The 22nd Buddha, Vipashin, prophesied that a lotus seed would bloom to reveal the Buddha Swayambhu as a flame, and that the Bodhisattva Manjushri would drain the lake for a fertile valley. As time passed, the lotus blossomed, its flame symbolizing the 5 transcendent Buddhas. Manjushri, after witnessing this miracle, journeyed to the valley and created 4 gorges to drain the water. He promised the Nagas new homes in Tauda and Nagda to ensure their reverence by the people would continue.
As the legend goes, that is yet another story, which includes Manjushri's enigmatic encounter with the goddess Guhyeshwari. This divine meeting involved his use of the Vajra, diamond thunderbolt, possibly represented today by the immense Vajra that pilgrims witness as they ascend the long steps to Swayambhu, during which he subdued a powerful whirlpool that was beginning to form as the waters receded. Following this encounter, Manjushri took his beloved disciple, Shantikar or Vajracharya, to a cave on Swayambhu Hill, passing on to him the teachings he had received from Guhyeshwari. This act made Shantikar the first Vajra Guru of the valley. In turn, he initiated others into the sacred rituals under a vow of strict secrecy, thereby establishing a lineage of Vajracharya in the Kathmandu Valley. Believers hold that Vajracharya, in the form of either a rainbow body or an image of Chakrasambhra, a fierce deity, still resides in the caves deep within the Shantikar temple on the northern side of Swayambhu Hill, which connect to the Shorten's sacred inner core. At that time, the name Kathmandu had yet to come into existence. Once the waters of the lake had fully receded, leaving behind highly fertile land, Manjushri's disciples eagerly settled in this auspicious area, prompting the Bodhisattva to establish a city or citadel, or perhaps a substantial vihar or monastery for them. Some accounts suggest it was located at the confluence of the holy rivers, Bagmati and Vishnumati, near where Teku is today. Others postulate it was close to Balaju, right at the foot of Swayambhu Hill. Regardless, it was said to be constructed in the shape of the sword with which he had split the mountains to create 4 gorges.
Manjushri named this newly founded place Manju Pattana, meaning pleasing or beautiful city, and appointed one of his devoted followers, Dharmakar, as king. He is credited with teaching the people the essential foundations of civilization, farming and animal husbandry, culture and religious rituals, the importance of respecting the spirits of the forest before cutting trees for timber, carpentry and the art of wood carving, and how to use the red clay from the valley floor to create and bake bricks that would serve as the building blocks for simple yet sturdy homes. According to legend, he even guided them in making roof tiles that resembled the scales of a naga, advised on placing dragon heads at the roof corners, and instructed on adorning cornices with magnificent beasts, all to commemorate the fact that the valley emerged from a primordial lake. Moreover, he imparted knowledge in the craft of metallurgy, covering gold, silver, and bronze. Attributing all these accomplishments to Manjushri can be seen as a mythical explanation for the flourishing of the vibrant and rich culture that emerged in this region, particularly the religious culture, marked by temples decorated with intricately carved friezes depicting Buddha and Bodhisattva, and stunning images of deities crafted in shining bronze. After fulfilling his monumental tasks of creating the valley, populating it with his devoted followers, and providing them with the necessary skills to build a great civilization, Manjushri was finally prepared to return to his dwelling in Wu-tai-shan. However, he did so only after establishing an image of himself on the western side of Swayambhu Hill, a site that is still known today as Manjushri Hill. He left behind a blessed realm that would, in subsequent centuries, attract the deities of the Himalaya to come and dwell among its inhabitants, as well as renowned tantric masters like Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhav, who encountered his future consort, Shakyadevi, at Swayambhu. Shantikar recognized that it could become challenging to maintain the divine flame in the future, So he sought guidance from Manjushri. In response, Manjushri advised Shantikar Acharya to construct a Chaitya over the flame to ensure its protection, which led to the erection of the Stupa of Swayambhu. These legends revolve around the primordial lake, Swayambhu, and the founding of human settlement in the Kathmandu Valley. Before we embark on our journey into the recorded history of Swayambhu, it would be insightful to first delve into the rich symbolism embodied in each component of the Swayambhu Stupa. Understanding these symbolic elements will enhance our appreciation of this remarkable monument and provide a deeper context for its historical significance. Let us take a moment to explore the intricate meanings and representations behind its design.
The base of the Swayambhu Stupa, a whitewashed dome, symbolizes the earth, while the dome itself represents the entire world. Surrounding the base on each of its four sides are statues of the Panch Buddha, or 5 Tathagatas, each representing one of the 5 cosmic elements: ether, water, earth, fire, and air. These elements are crucial to Vajrayana Buddhism, particularly in Nepal and Tibet, where the Panch Buddha holds central significance. Each Buddha is depicted with a distinct mudra, or pose. The 5 Buddha, or 5 Tathagat, each possess unique attributes and positions. Vajracharya, associated with the color white and the element ether, occupies the center and is regarded as the master of the temple. Akshobhya, linked with the color blue and the element water, symbolizes consciousness and faces east. Ratnasambhava, associated with the color yellow and the element earth, symbolizes sensation and faces south. Amitabh, linked with the color red and the element fire, represents Sanjna, name, and faces west. Lastly, Amoghasiddhi, associated with the color green and the element air, symbolizes conformation and faces north. In addition, there are statues of deity Taras located between the 5 Buddha. As one awakens from the bonds of the world, represented by the eyes of wisdom and compassion adorning each of the stupa's 4 sides, it signifies the journey toward enlightenment. The stupa features 13 pinnacles at its apex, symbolizing the 13 stages of spiritual realizations that sentient beings must traverse to achieve enlightenment or Buddhahood. Prominently displayed on each side of the stupa are large pairs of eyes known as the eyes of Buddha, representing wisdom and compassion. Above these eyes is the third eye, believed to emanate cosmic rays when the Buddha preaches, serving as messages to celestial beings who might wish to descend to earth and hear his teachings. Although hellish beings and those from below the human realm cannot partake in these teachings, the cosmic rays offer relief from their suffering. Between the 2 wisdom eyes is a curly symbol resembling a question mark, representing the nose, which is a traditional Nepali sign for the number 1. This symbol reflects the unity of all existing things and embodies the singular path to enlightenment through the teachings of Buddha. Each morning before dawn, hundreds of Buddhist, Vajrayana, and Hindu pilgrims make their way up the steps from the eastern side of the stupa, passing the gilded Vajra, Tibetan Dorje, and 2 guardian lions at the entrance. They begin a series of clockwise circumambulations around the sacred stupa, engaging in this spiritual practice to honor the teachings and presence of the Buddha.